everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today is the day I'm going to be doing the Q&A. I asked you guys on here, on Instagram, and on Family 5 Vlogs to ask some questions. Fire away and let me know what you want to know. I'm going to be answering those today. I'm going to do my best to get to every question. If I don't get to every question on this video, no worries. I'm going to do a part 2 or a part 3 if I need to. I think I could fit it all into 2, maybe into 1. But we're going to get through these questions and I can't wait to answer them, so stick around. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. If you're not new, welcome back. Okay, the first question comes from Family 5 Vlogs _ fan page, and the lighting's really odd because of my phone. Anyway, they asked, what made you want to start a new channel, Home with Tracy? And by the way, I'm glad you did. Well, I actually wanted to just do some videos of my own, like clean with me's, makeup, Q&As, different things like that, and I kind of wanted to leave the family channel to just vlogging, but that's kind of the reason why I started it. The next one comes from Queen Laura Elizabeth, and she asked, can you do a what's on my iPhone? That's another great video idea, so yes, I definitely can do one of those soon. All right, next question comes from _Sav_116_, and they said, how do you feel motivated to clean? Love you too. I have always cleaned house. I mean, it's just kind of my thing. There are days I'm not motivated, I'm not gonna lie. Totally days I'm like, I am not cleaning house, and there are days I don't. Most days I have to at least straighten, vacuum, you know, just kind of pick up, organize. It drives me nuts if I don't, so I guess that's my motivation. Selena.973 asked, this is kind of a random question, but I was curious what your family's pet fish name is.
His name is Ripples.
Baseball Hero 51 asks, how do you do your skincare? Okay, seriously, my skincare is mega simple. I have simplified it because I feel like the more product I use on my face, the worse my face looks. I have very sensitive skin, so it breaks out easy. My eyes had never really had lines under them like they do now, but I started using this Regenerous stuff from Olay, and it like tore my eyes up, and my eyes are just now trying to get back to where they were. So I'm really simple. This is all I use. I use Gentle Skin Cleanser, and this is compared to Cetaphil. I use that morning and night. At night, I do this Gentle Lotion. This is the Equate one, and this is compared to Cetaphil as well. Okay, I use this at night, but I've started using something new on my face in the morning, and this is by Tarte. I am in love with this stuff. It is great. It is called Double Duty Beauty First Step Prep. That's what it is right there. And let me tell you, it is some of the best stuff I've ever used on my face for moisture. And that's it. That's all I do. Next question comes from Alexandra.Nicole23. She said, how did you pick out your kids' names? I'm gonna try to make this really short and really sweet. Starting with Kayla, I went in between a ton of different names for her. A ton, because I honestly thought she was a boy. I really did. The name I came up with was Kayla. I loved it. And then her dad liked the name Victoria, and that's kind of how it happened. It wasn't that Kayla was my first pick, but after a while, I don't know, I just saw the name and I loved it. So that's how Kayla's name came about. Briley had 2 names. She was a boy. She was gonna be called Erin Bryce. The girl one was Briley Ann. Well, that was her name. And the funny thing about that is I didn't even know I was pregnant. I was sitting at work at my desk, just like that. I was like, oh my gosh, and I wrote down both names. I immediately called my husband. I'm like, okay, when we have a baby, I know what I'm naming our baby. What do you think about these names? And he's like, I love both of them. And then literally within 2 weeks later, found out I was pregnant. That is a random story, but that is a true story. Had no idea I was pregnant. Aiden's name came about, his name actually was gonna be Liam, because he did have a lot. I didn't pick a name out before I knew he was a boy. Because I had no girl names, okay? So when Aiden came about, I was gonna name him Liam James. That was my name.
I like that.
Loved it, I know, I loved it. My husband, not so much, he didn't like Liam. I said, scratch it, I won't do it. So then Aiden came up, and honestly don't even know.
Yeah.
It just came to me, and I was like, Aiden James. My husband didn't like the name James. So I was like, okay.
I don't like the name James with Aiden. I don't know.
You don't?
I don't like the.
I love Aiden
Oh,
James. Well, and everybody's got their opinion, that's
Yeah, I
fine.
think it's just because I know Aiden's name now. It's kind of like, it's hard to picture anything else like his middle name.
I know.
His first name now.
I know.
But like, yeah.
So now it's Thomas, and the way that came about is that's a family name. That's how I picked their names. Okay, the next question comes from Mia_love_37, and it says, does Kayla talk to her real dad? For those that did not know, my husband is actually her stepdad. She was from my previous marriage, so I'll let you answer this one.
I do still talk to my real dad. Every everybody, I feel like that is like
Number
the
one
most
question.
asked question whenever I do a Q&A. Everyone wants to know like the whole story and all that stuff, but there is really no story. I talked to my dad.
Yeah, she really doesn't see him much because he lives out of state, like a few states
like
away.
hours away.
Yeah.
By the way, I just got out the shower.
She said, Mama, they're gonna think my hair is oily.
It's not, it's wet. And also I have no makeup on because I'm filming a video for my channel.
Which I would love to do, but I don't think I have the nerve to do it. It's a 24-hour no makeup challenge. You have to go out with no makeup. I don't know.
We'll see how it goes.
Okay, Kat D. Cheryl actually asked a few questions. She said, I love your family channel. You guys are so cute and y'all make me laugh and smile. Oh, thank you. She asked, what does your husband do for a living? He actually is a barber. What shows or ads have your kids been in? Holy cow. So Briley's been acting since she was around 5 years old. She's actually been in a ton of stuff. I don't even know if I have time to name it all. The main thing she's been in is gonna be Insurgent. If you've seen the Divergent series, she was in that. She was in The Longest Ride. She did some work on Term Life, but actually didn't make the cut of the movie. See, my son, to name a few of his, he actually just got on a commercial and I wanted to share that, and we'll be sharing that on the family channel soon. He was actually in an ad for Cimzia, which is a medication. You go online, you can see his picture up there. If you go to the rheumatoid arthritis, he's like the main cover up there, so it's really cool. He also did an advertisement for Charlotte Reed, so he's in a commercial for them on their website. So that's just to name a few, but yeah, they stay busy with auditions for sure. Definitely more auditions than bookings, but that's how acting goes. Last question said, did you have a career or a different career before beginning full-time mom homeschool teacher? Yes. So I actually worked a full-time job. So I actually worked for a company for 8 years. I was their receptionist, bookkeeper, and all that. I decided after having Briley, I wanted to go back to school for massage therapy. So I do have my massage therapy license. Okay, Aniela 0521. I hope I said your name right. I'm so bad at pronouncing names. It said, how long were you with Kayla's dad? Okay, I was with him for, well, let me think, 7 years. Almost 8 years, and then we went our separate ways. How is her relationship with him now? It's better now, for sure. It was really bad at one point where they didn't really talk much at all, but they do talk now, so all is good now that she's a little older and it's on her own terms. It's totally up to her, as she was saying earlier. Do you own the shop that your husband works at? No, we do not. And would you recommend NC as a good place to live? I would. The good thing about North Carolina, I would say, is we are like close to the beach and close to the mountains. So you kind of have the best of both worlds, my opinion. That's why I say it's a good place to live. Then she asked, have you thought about moving out to California because the kids are into acting? Actually, we have talked about that. I don't know if we would live there full time. Never say never. Me and Briley have actually been talking about going out maybe this year and staying for a little while. And we had thought about going out there, maybe getting like an apartment or something and just try to venture out more into the acting and see where it goes. But it's really, really expensive. And it seems like every time we save money, something happens and we have to spend the money. So I mean, that goes for anybody, I feel like. I want to tell you, yes, I don't know if we'll ever move out there full time, but I don't know. But I would love to go out there and live for a couple of months just to give my kids more chance at acting. That's kind of my plan, so. The next question comes from Olivia X BIJU, and they said, I would love to see a day in the life video. Okay, well, we vlog over on the family channel, Family 5 Vlogs, so head over there and check out those videos because those are truly day in the life vlogs. I have a lot of people ask me, you know, do you plan your videos? No, I just pick the camera up and that's our daily life. Before vlogging full time, we acted the same. We are still crazy and just have a good time, and that's kind of how it is. So if you want to see a day in the life, make sure you head over there and you can check a video out. The next question comes from Family 5 Vlogs Kids fan page, and they asked, when did you start homeschooling and why, and what curriculum do you use? Actually, I started homeschooling when Kayla was going into 6th grade, so I've been homeschooling for quite a while. I really started just because it was a passion of mine. I kind of wanted to do it. I wanted to try it out. I was totally terrified. I knew a lot of my friends that homeschooled and they all loved it and raved about it, and I was like, you know, I can do that too, so I want to try it. I was super terrified, so I actually did a Becca homeschool homeschooling because everything was there for you. I mean, lesson plans, how to stay on track to make sure your kids are doing all the subjects they need to be doing. So I went with Abeka. To this day, I still use Abeka for Aiden at the moment. Briley has switched around to different curriculums. She started out with Abeka. I've started pretty much all my children off with Abeka. And Kayla was actually doing Abeka at her old school, so I knew it'd be an easy transition. So once I learned it, got familiar with it, I did the same thing with Briley and then Aiden because they have a great phonics program. When Briley got to be probably about 4th grade, I decided to go ahead and switch her, and we've done a bunch of other homeschool curriculums. At the moment, she does PACE. I like that one, but I'm honestly think we're gonna look into something different next year. I feel like some of it's very challenging for her, but I feel like some of it's not. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep some of the subjects and maybe do other subjects elsewhere. I don't know yet. We've not made that decision. I definitely will be continuing Abeka with Aiden for next year. Next question comes from MM_Jeter, and this is actually a great question. Is it a challenge to have 3 kids and do YouTube? Y'all are my favorite. Oh, thank you. It can be, because the way my days run, they're kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Because we homeschool, my kids are home with me all the time. I don't have any free time except at night, and even at night I don't have free time because all my babies love to hang out with me, which I'm so glad they do. But there are times I'm like, okay guys, I gotta work, so everybody out of my room. It is challenging as far as editing and uploading goes. It's not that big of a deal filming because if we're in the moment, I just pick out the camera and we keep on rolling. So that's not really a big deal. I think the most challenging thing at one point in my life of doing YouTube is I was doing this channel on top of running Briley's channel fully. She would just film, but I would be her videographer. I would film for her, but she would just be the face of the channel. I did all the editing, all the thumbnails, all the posting on her Instagram, on top of going to run Family 5 vlogs. If you go back and look at Family 5 vlogs, the first year of our YouTube, I didn't post much. I posted very few videos. I didn't get serious with our YouTube until about a year ago, right before Christmas. So I know we've been on YouTube on the family channel for 2 years, but in my eyes, we've only truly vlogged for a year of that, because this last year is when I got serious about it, because Briley decided she was going to start taking more responsibility now that she's older, and that has been a huge relief. It is not as challenging now, I wouldn't say, because I manage my channel, my editing, and Briley pretty much does hers, and I help her out as needed, but for the most part, she's taken over that, so that has been great. But it's not that hard, and for this channel, as you see, I only post once a week. That's about as much as I can manage right now because I do vlog every day on the other channel. Selena.973 asked, where do you store your towels? Because I saw that you use the hallway closet for the girls' stuff, which looks really good right now. Briley's stuff is not folded whatsoever. Okay. Actually, the girls do not store any towels in there. I have a huge linen closet in my bathroom, and that is where we pretty much store all the towels. And then if they want to take and put a few underneath in their bathroom, they're welcome to. That's kind of what they do. This is the closet that I was talking about. As you see right now, it's really empty because it is time to do laundry. But this is where we store all the towels and everything, and they just kind of come in here and grab one as needed. And boy, am I yellow in this light. For the most part, like I said, it's not been an issue because they really like having that closet space for their clothes. Then, like I said, they can take a few and they can store in their bathroom, and that's how we do it. Marissa14288 asked, how long have you and your husband been together for your whole relationship? The longer you've been together, the harder it is to remember that. Am I the only person? Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's see. We have been together for about 17.5 years total from dating, because we dated for a while before we got married. We were engaged for years before we got married. And the top question that is on everybody's mind, and I mean, I've had this question a lot. Just on this Q&A, I had it asked about 4 times. But I mean, overall, this has been the top question. What is Dad's name? Stay tuned, and I'm gonna tell you. All right. What's your name?
Barry.
That's his name, guys.
That's my name.
That is the big secret.
That's the big secret. That's it.
And that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching this edition of my Q&A. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any other questions, I'm gonna be doing another one of these, so make sure you leave those down below in the comments. And I cannot wait to answer some more questions for you guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video for all the questions that I did answer. And I'll see you guys in my next video.